Welcome back, second graders. Miss Shannon here to work on our comprehension skill of the week, which is cause and effect. We listened to the story Volcanoes yesterday and answered a few comprehension questions as we read. Today, we are going to dive a little bit deeper and look at cause and effect within our story. Cause and effect. A cause is an event or action that makes something happen. An effect is what happens because of that event. We will talk through a few cause and effects in our story Volcanoes. This is the graphic organizer that we will be using today. And we will need your composition notebook and a pencil. You're going to put the date at the top of your paper and label it cause and effect. You can also write down the title of the story, which is Volcanoes, and underline it because titles of books get underlines. Because titles of books are underlined. Then you are going to draw your cause and effect chart. That's an oval with an arrow pointing at a rectangle. Try your best to make the shapes and try to copy what is on your screen now. It's okay if it's not exact. Give yourself a few minutes to get your paper set and ready, and press play when you're ready to continue. So here's the start of our story Volcanoes by Sandra Markle. We are not going to read the whole story today. Instead, we're going to zoom in on just 2 pages to identify a cause and effect. Let's start on this page. Listen as I read it aloud. Lava may have different properties, like being runny or stiff. If the lava is runny, it spreads out on the Earth's surface before it cools and becomes solid. This kind of lava forms a flat, shield-shaped volcano. Mauna Loa in Hawaii is a shield-shaped volcano. It started when lava poured out of an opening on the ocean floor. Then lava built up in layers. Once the mountaintop was above water, it formed an island. Mauna Loa continues to be very active. It has erupted 39 times since 1832. Okay, second graders. So before I continue, I'm going to think about cause and effect. For this pair of cause and effect, I'm going to start by identifying the effect, and we'll work backwards. So in this paragraph, I was reading all about how Mauna Loa was formed. Okay, that was an event that happened. Mauna Loa became an island. That is the effect. Right there, it says once the mountaintop was above water, it formed an island. And so Mauna Loa formed an island. So that is my first effect. Mauna Loa was formed. So go ahead and pause and write down this effect before I ask my next question. Okay, now that you've written down our first effect, I want us to see if we can answer this. The event was that Mauna Loa formed. What was the cause of that? What made Mauna Loa? What action or event caused Mauna Loa to form? Well, let's go back into the text and see if we can find it. It says right here that it started, meaning Mauna Loa started, when lava poured out of an opening on the ocean floor. So can you imagine that in your head? Build a picture in your mind, the lava coming up from the ocean floor into the ocean and the water. And lava kept building up in layers. That's one of our vocabulary words. So building on top of one another in layers until the mountaintop was above water. Okay, so the lava kept flowing out and building on top of each other layer by layer until it finally peaked out of the ocean and created an island. So that was the cause. Lava built up layer by layer from the ocean floor. That created Mauna Loa. Okay, so that was the cause of Mauna Loa forming. So go ahead and pause this as you write down the cause of that event. Okay, moving on. We are looking for our last pair of cause and effect. I'm going to reread this page. I want you to pay attention to what the farmers had to do and think about all of the ash that came from this volcano as I read. Okay, so remember that this is review. The results of volcanic eruptions aren't all bad. For one thing, volcanoes build new mountains and islands. In Iceland, scientists discovered the bits of volcanic ash were coated with minerals plants need to grow. After the eruption, the dairy farmer had a big job cleaning ash off his house and barn roofs. In the fields, though, the grass quickly shot up healthy and green. Soon there was plenty of fresh food for his cows. And I can see there is a picture of looks like flowers or a dandelion growing. It says, the ash makes a healthy place for plants to grow. So, if the eruption from the Iceland volcano filled the sky with ash, that's going to be our cause. The Iceland volcano erupted, covering farmland with ash. What was the effect of all of that ash covering the farmland? What ended up happening because of all the ash landing on the dirt and the ground? Think about that. Pause for a moment. Write down the cause. The Iceland volcano erupted, covering farmland with ash. Press play when you're ready. What was the effect? What was the effect of all of that ash falling onto the ground? Was it a good thing for the farmer's land? And if so, what happened because of all of the ash? Maybe that picture of that dandelion or flower will help jog your memory. So you are going to fill in the effect. What was the effect of having all that ash land on the farmland? What happened? You are going to fill in your effect in your composition notebook. And when you are finished, I want you to take a picture of this page that you worked on in your composition notebook and upload it to the green box. And I can't wait to see what you guys came up with. We'll have to double check in our morning meeting on Monday.